Chucky versus M3GAN. Let's make it happen. So M3GAN is a new horror from which we follow a character portrayed by Allison Williams, who after her niece portrayed by Violet McGraw loses her parents in a car accident, she gains custody of her, and as you can imagine, she's having a tough time balancing work, making new toys, with trying to, parent her niece. Until one day she gets the idea to build an android which she makes for her and pairs with her, and everything is going good at first until consequences happen for the both of them. Alrighty guys, so let's get into M3GAN.
Excellent!
As we all know, when it comes to January horror, especially the first week of January, what do we usually get for horror films? Shit. When we all look at the history of January horror films, 98% of the time, they're either really bad or just plain old crap, and it is an absolute rarity, and I mean like a 0.1 out of a billion chance when we get a decent, let alone a good January horror film. M3GAN, at least to me, looks like a ripoff of Chucky, and I'm a big fan of the Chucky films. And not only that, but M3GAN looked stupid, campy, and I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. But then I started to hear all the positive buzz, and I just thought, hold on a second. Could we actually have a good first week of January horror? I walked into M3GAN having no expectations. I went into this thing going like, okay, first week of January horror, let's get this done with. And lo and behold, it's not only my surprise, but my shock when I say this, I really liked M3GAN. Before I go on to the main three leads, there's one person I have to give a shout out to. I don't remember his name, I'm going to put his name right here, but he plays Allison Williams' boss in the film, and he had me laughing multiple times throughout the entire film. I thought he was really, really good. I thought that Allison Williams was great in this film, and I thought that Allison Williams did a great job portraying somebody that's not only grieving for their sister, but also grieving for her niece, while trying to not only work on this brand new project, but trying to become this parent while things are going on in her life. I also thought that Violet McGraw did a great job in this film. Violet McGraw did a great job portraying this kid that is trying to process her grief of losing her parents, but also when she gets this brand new thing in her life, but also of a kid who has become so attached to this thing that it kind of really gets unhealthy for her. Let's talk about M3GAN, who's portrayed by Jenna Davis and Amy Donald. These two do such a great job portraying this android that at first you absolutely, because it is this thing that Von McGraw as a character attaches to after such a very traumatic experience, but at the same time, at some certain point, when it comes to technology, what does technology do sometimes when it's not doing a good thing for you? It likes to give you the middle finger. Now, if I'm thinking correctly, I think Amy Donald did the physicality for M3GAN and Jenna Davis did the voice role, and my god, these two put such great life into this android. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, if there is another one, I hope the two of them come back because they made this android awesome. This is a movie that knows exactly the type of film it is. This is a movie that knows it's bonkers, it knows it's campy, but at the same time, it does deliver a really cool and a very important message about how kids are so attached to technology and the dangers of that, to which, once again, I've been saying that a lot, but that's something I'll get into later on. While M3GAN is marketed as a horror film, M3GAN, more than anything else, as a horror comedy. Although it teeters more on the comedy side, nonetheless, M3GAN is a really funny movie that caught me off guard so many times, but at the same time, it does not fail to deliver some really, and I mean really creepy moments. There is one thing in particular that I really liked about M3GAN, that is this, and that is how it shows the dangers of how kids have become so attached to technology, because here's the thing, guys, that when it's taken away from them, how they react to it. Because here's the thing I'm gonna tell you guys right now, true story, I'm gonna make this as quick as I possibly can, guys. I work at a restaurant as a host, and I cannot tell you guys right now how many times I see kids, especially in one day, of how many kids come in with technology, whether it's an iPad or a Nintendo Switch, Yeah, I'm dead serious. I've seen plenty of kids on Nintendo Switches. Every time I see a kid coming with their iPads, I just wanted to say to them so bad, kid, put down the iPad. You're out with your parents. Spend some quality time with them. It drives me crazy.
Well, that's just fucking great!
Now, don't get me wrong. M3GAN definitely surprised me on many levels. However, I still have issues with this movie. I do definitely think that being a comedy was better for M3GAN, but as far as being a horror film goes, this movie wasn't as scary as it wanted to be. I did find M3GAN to be kind of predictable. I saw many moments coming from a mile away, in particular with a scene where a kid is introduced, and when you hear a couple of lines of dialogue, I immediately knew that kid was gonna be a dick, and I was just waiting for M3GAN to do her thing and just, well, you know, do stuff. Come on. You know what's gonna happen to the kid with the moment that you see him. I feel like the movie could have been so much more fun as an R rating, but don't get me wrong, guys, what we still have here is a fun PG-13 movie. But I do kind of wish the movie was rated R, but that just might be me on my end.
And here we go.
So overall, I really dug M3GAN. M3GAN is the type of film that knows exactly what it is, and it even has some creepy moments, and on top of that, by the time this film ended, not only would I like a sequel, but if they made a franchise, I'm game. To any Hollywood executive out there, if you're watching, there has to be a film where Chucky and M3GAN fight. Please make this happen. All in all, I'm gonna give M3GAN a 3.5 out of 5. But seriously, I'm not even kidding. Make a Chucky versus M3GAN movie. Make it happen. So comment down below and let me know, what is one horror film that came out in January that really surprised you? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the names are in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of M3GAN. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see in my previous 2 reviews, please click either right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.